Hi everyone, I'm Joseph from Namsa University and welcome back to my online class, Beauty Industry Trend and Management. Okay, last time we have studied about the definition of trend and mega trend and micro trend and macro trend and the beginning of the article about trends versus fad. So this time we will read about the article continually. Okay, the last time the example of trend, the very good example of the example of trend is online shopping, and next is the remote work. The example of trend is remote work. The trend of working from home or other remote location got a massive push in 2020s and 2021. It's because of COVID, but it is not yet widely accepted. Companies that do not embrace the trend many may struggle to hire the right talent. So the remote work is uh, a very powerful trend in this season. So the companies that do not embrace the trend may struggle to hire the right talents. So many young people who look for the company is uh, uh, think about a remote control is a very important part of the important part of the choosing the companies. So remote work is very important and powerful example of the trend. As you see the graph, the remote work is remote remote work trends is continually increases to this time. Work that is performed at location always from the company for which the work is being done. So the remote work is also very uh, good example of a trend. This is a mega trend. And the sustainability is also very important example of trend. Sustainability, packaging, and carbon neutral. So sustainability is a very important example of trend. There is a growing trend toward using environmentally friendly products and reducing waste. Companies that fail to acknowledge that trend may find themselves pressed by the regulations or a boycott by consumers because this sustainability is a very important thing for the consumers. Uh, Many consumers choose the companies which focusing on the sustainability because the sustainability is a very important thing to make a decision and to purchase the product and companies. So sustainable packaging is very important to important important part to make a decision, especially in these consumers. And carbon neutral also is very important. So this sustainability and remote work and online shopping is the example of trend. This is a trend, but This time, we will learn about the fad. The fad is different from trend. A fad is a short-lived phenomenon that shows a sudden surge in popularity before quickly losing momentum and fading away. So this is a definition of fad. Fad is a short-lived phenomenon that shows a certain sudden surge in popularity before quickly losing momentum and fading away. A fad typically arises from a novelty or excitement around a new product, service, or idea rather than a fundamental shift in market demands or industry practices. So, fad is uh, the fad are difficult to practice or capitalists on since they often lack a strong foundation or a sustainable market appeal. If you invest heavily in a fad, you risk if you invest heavily in a fad, you risk losing resources and credibility if the fad loses its popularity too quickly. So fad is a short-term phenomenon. So many companies, uh, many companies uh, to not focus rating on to not concentrate the fad because the fad is short-lived phenomenon and it has a very risky so fad the the fad is just a shorter phenomenon. Okay, the example of fad is very important to about the definition of fad. So uh, we will uh, we will run about the example of fad. The first example is Atkins diet. The Atkins diet was a low carbonate, uh, low carbohydrate and high protein diet that gained widespread popularity in the early 2000s. The fad was driven by a desire for quick weight loss and the diet's emphasis on eating bacon and steak and other fatty foods was appealing to many people. The fad the fads are signal of trends. Uh, Although the fad fade as concern across about the diet's long-term health effect, it is a signal of a growing trend of people being more health conscious and especially around the consumption of carbs. So this is an example of fad. Atkins diet. Atkins diet is a low carbohydrate uh, low carbohydrate and high protein, but it has a short-term popularity, but it has also the signal of trend. Please look at this Atkins diet. The low carb, a high calorie diet for those seeking weight loss that suggests individuals eat meat, fish, eggs, vegetable, and daily. But this Atkins diet is just a fad. It has a short-term phenomenon, and it it continues only a short time. But because this phenomenon also have a signal of trend. But this Atkins diet is a example of fad. The first example, as you see, the volume of Atkins diet is from 20 from 20 from 20 2011 and to 20 to 2023 three about 15 years the volume has reduced about the minus 83%. And the next example of fad is a fidget uh, of fidget spinners. As you see, the picture, the fidget spinners is the toys for kids, and uh, is very short term popularity. Fidget spinners are the a quintessential example of a fad. The appeal for this toy came out of nowhere. No one could have anticipated its intense but brief success. Fidget spinners became uh, popular through social media. The fad allows in uh, 2070s, but only lasted a few months. Why shall we care? Why shall we care? This fidget spinners will many retailers that stock up fidget spinners ended up stock with massive stock and no way to sell them. So this this fidget spinner have a very short term of phenomenon. So it only lasts a few months. The companies focus on these fidget spinners. They have they prepares the enough stocks to sell this fidget spinners, but uh, the the fad this fad uh, fidget spinners fad is decreases. Uh, they don't have uh, they couldn't sell this fidget spinners because the many people because the uh, many people didn't find and didn't look at this fidget spinners. This has a very short term phenomenon and very short term popularity. So if you focus on the fad, you will lose many things, especially the fundamental and economics and very big very big losses. And next example of fad is Pokemon Go, the game. Pokemon Go became an instant hit in the summer of 2016. It was massive crazes that lasted on a couple of years. The mobile game uses augmented reality technology to allow players to catch Pokemon creatures in the real world. The fad draw people to explore their cities and communities, and it quickly became a culture phenomenon. But a fad is a signal of trend. It also Pokemon Go, the the fad of Pokemon Go has a signal of trend. Though Pokemon Go fades away, it is still a signal for a growing trend towards online gaming and augmented reality technology. So Pokemon Go also the signal of trend the augmented reality uh, technology game. Okay, this is a very important picture because the what make a trend different from a fad, the key differences between trends and fad. Please remember about this picture, the trend versus fad. Okay, trend and versus the duration. The first is duration. The trend of duration is long lasting. So trends are long lasting and has a long term period, but fads are short term lived. Fads are short term, and the popularity. The trend is trends have more gradual rise in popularity over time, but fads gain sudden popularity in a short period of time. So it has a very uh, a risk thing. And origin of trend. The trends are driven by underlying changes in consumer behavior or technology. So the the origin of a trend is almost consumer the changes in consumer behavior or technology. But fads are driven by a novelty and excitement and hype, and so these fads are very uh, short term effects. So fads are driven by novelty and excitement and hype, and business impact of trend is a B, and the business impact of fad is a very small. The trends can create a new business opportunities and may lead to the development of new products and services. But business impact of fad is fad may only provide short-term opportunity for businesses. The Fed may only provide short-term uh, opportunity for business. So if we wanted to make a business, so you have to focus on the trend, not fad. And implication of trend. Implication of trends are trends requires innovation and technologically advancements to be taken advantage of. The trends require innovation and technological advances, but the implications of fad may not require significant innovation or technologically advances to be successful. It's just excitement or hype. So we have to focus on the trend and the branding, the branding part, and the trends can be the foundation. Trend can be a foundation for a strong brand and customer loyalty. So trend make uh, will make a strong brand and customer loyalty, but fads can only contribute to building long-term brand loyalty. Uh, so the fad is very short-term phenomenon. So we have to focus on the trends. Okay, this time we are reading on the article of the trend versus fad. Hmm. Uh, if we want to uh, have more information about this trend or fad, how to tell the differences, please refer to this uh, Gary, uh, Gary, Gary Gary homepages, Gary's bloggers. So the Gary is running about the blog about marketing strategies. So please refer this links and please refer to this article. And we are reading this article, The Trends or Fad, How to Tell the Differences, written by the Gary. And please remember about the differences of trends and fad. Many people they are uh, many people they are the same concept, but this has a very uh, differences between trends and fad. The first the the first the trend is a general direction or pattern of change in the market or industry practice. And next we have study about the example of trend. The first is online shopping, and the second is the remote work, and third is sustainability. This is an example of a trend. And the fad is a short-lived phenomenon that shows a sudden surge in popularity before quickly losing momentum and fading away. This is the definition of fad. Please remember about this sentence. A fad is a short-lived phenomenon that shows a sudden surge in popularity before quickly losing momentum and fading away. So please, please remember this: quickly losing momentum and fading away. But trend is keep going. The example of that is the first is Atkins or diet, and second is fidget spinners, and the last example is Pokemon Go. And this is the uh, key difference between a trends and fad. And we have studied about the differences about uh, trends and fad, the distinction, iteration, and popularity, and origin, and business impact, and implications, and branding. So, trend has a long-lasting phenomenon, and fads are short-lived phenomenon, and popularity trends have a more gradual rise in popularity over time, but fads gain sudden popularity in a short period of time. And the origin of trend is changes in consumer behavior of technology, but the fads of origin is driven by a novelty and excitement and hype. And business impact and of trend is very big, but business impact of fad is very small, and it is very useless. And implications of trends require innovation and technologically advances to be taken advantage of, but uh, fads may not require significant innovation or technological advances to be successful. It is just uh, a sudden popularity, and the branding and cost and consumer loyalty is consumer loyalty is come from trend, not fad. A fad can only contribute to building long-term brand loyalty. So the fad also have a can a fad also have a signal of a trend, but fad is strong Fed don't have a strong power to grow the business in specific industry. Okay, we have studied about the trans versus Fed about this time. Okay, thank you for attending this time, and please remember what we have studied about this time. And thank you for attending this time, and see you next classes. Bye.